Hi there. So we're going to talk about different muscles that control the eye movement and eye closure. One thing notable before we start with the video is this video does not have inferior oblique because for some reason Netter's anatomy book does not cover inferior oblique. Let's start off with the muscles that we see up here. These muscles are used to close the lids, and there are a right and left orbicularis oculi muscles. These muscles have two parts. There's a part that covers right the part of the lid, which is called palpebral part of orbicularis oculi, and then which is represented by this marker here. And then we have orbital part of orbicularis oculi, which is the part that is going under the eyebrows and around that part of the eye. So let's go ahead and remove these structures out of the way so we can then see the rest of the eye muscles here. So this is a three-dimensional model kind of looking at the different muscles which are innervating or which are inserting on the eye, and as you can see, they all have a common region at the annulus in the base of it. It's also called common tendinous ring. And then on their attachment on the eyeball here, there's another ring that forms up, which is called spiral of Tillot. So as we're discussing these different muscles, it's again starting from outside in. We just saw the muscles which are used for the lid closure, and then there is another set of muscles which also help in elevation of the lid. These are called levator palpebrae superioris, and they are, in this illustration, it is divided into two different parts. So I'm going to remove them as we are peeling through the different structures. So this is your levator muscles on both sides taken off. So once you have levator muscle taken off, you pretty much have four recti muscle, as the name suggests, because they insert straight on, that are essentially involved in elevation, which is superior recti, depression, which is inferior recti, and then lateral recti help in looking at outward movement of the eye, and medial recti is for the inward movement of the eye. Or we can say abduction or adduction of the eye. So these are the lateral recti. As you can see, there are four of them attaching on all the four sides on the eyeball. So let's remove it. Superior recti in this illustration has two halves to it. So we're going to remove that. Medial recti, inferior recti, this is medial recti, and this is your lateral recti. Well, it doesn't want to come off. Let's leave it there. And then, other than that, there are two sets of obliques. In this illustration, they're only showing us the superior oblique. It is very interesting to look at the way the superior oblique comes here. It has its origin right from the annulus. It goes around, and then it takes this turnaround, this tendinous attachment, which is inserted in the orbital rim, and then it goes around and takes this curved shape into on the surface of the eyeball. So when it's working, imagine this is a circular eyeball, and it is trying to exert its action. As a result of this curvilinear attachment on the eyeball, it rotates the eye inward, or what is called intorsion. And this is a critical action of superior oblique, and you can see that. Besides this, this illustration also goes into the depths of the region of different cranial nerves that innervate the eyeball. And this is beyond the scope of what I was planning on discussing today. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please go ahead to Nitro's Anatomy website and support them. Use their textbook as a resource.